What's up everybody, Sergio here with Prime Auto Detailing, and in this video I'm going to show you guys my van setup and pretty much how I got to this point, so let's go and get started.
So Sergio, how did you get your van and how much did it cost?
So I got my van May of 2020. What do you call it? I got it brand new at the Ford dealership, so I got it out right over 29. So it was brand new, but I did get a COVID special, so that's half the reason why I pulled the plug on it. Plus, I had no other vehicle anymore.
Oh, okay. And what about this wrap? Is it wrapped or?
Yeah, so it paint, wrap, and then just pretty much a decal overlay for the rest of it. So I do a lot of wrap cars, so I wanted to pretty much show that I can take care of it. And the whole thing is actually paint corrected and ceramic coated. Not too sure how the paint correction looks anymore, just because I haven't really taken too good of care of it, but the coating itself is about a year and a half old and it's still holding up pretty well. So it does need like a decon wash on it. So there is some extra work that needs to get done into it, but I just haven't had the time to do it. So.
And you did the wrapping, or you had somebody?
I didn't do the wrap. I traded work for the wrap.
Oh, okay. So it didn't really cost that much to?
Nah, not really.
No? Oh, okay. So Sergio, where'd you get the inspiration for your setup?
So the setup itself, for at least the wrap goes, like I said, like I do a lot of wrap cars and what do you call it, deliveries on them. So I kind of I like the fact that it would run along the whole side of the van, and then as well as, you know, showcasing some of the companies that I do use. So if anyone does know those companies, they are professional grade. I was Ceramic Pro certified. I don't really install for them anymore, just because I found better ways, or better, let's say, better companies just to work for. So that was it was a good selling point to have on my van.
So Sergio, can you walk us through the equipment you have, the brand, the cost, and a quick explanation of what it does?
Yeah, definitely. So back here, this is where we keep most of our equipment. So I have, let's start with the generator. This is a Costco generator. I think it was only like 600 bucks, but it's wonderful. It's lasted forever. It does exactly what I need. Runs my steamer, runs an extractor, even runs the Kransel. So it's pretty powerful. I think it's a 3200 watt. So it's a 2900 running watt, 3200 max. So it's more than enough power than what I need. So for the Kransel, I decided to go electric just because it is pretty quiet. So that is just having a quiet electric pressure washer. It's so much better than, you know, just hearing that constant ringing of the gas pressure washer. And then as well as that, this is a professional grade, so even with the amount of cars that I do, it's still more than enough than what I actually need. So once I maybe start doing a lot more cars, maybe I'll need to upgrade again. Not too sure what's higher up than that, but as far as that, I've been more than happy with.
And what do we have here?
So this is a 100-foot hose on a 100-foot capable reel. So it's just your typical reel. So once we release the pressure out of here, it's just your regular reel. So it works out pretty well. When I used to run out of my old truck, I didn't used to have a reel. I used to have to, you know, kind of fold the whole, I had a 50-foot at the time. Yeah. So I used to fold 50 feet of hose into the back of the truck. So it wasn't very convenient, but I mean, it was what it was. I had to work with what I was working with, so.
Got it. So Sergio, what do you have back here?
So I have, first things first, I have the trash can, just so, you know, I don't have to be carrying around trash bags and stuff, I'll just throw everything in here and throw this out at the end of the day. I have our rack, so everything is actually bolted down to the frame, including the water tank. I just wanted the most safety in here. I did build it myself, so it saved me an extra couple bucks. I told you guys I did pay the $29,000 for the van, so to get a full setup in here would be pretty penny, but it's in its works. But in here, this is pretty much all the, let's say, the chemicals that I don't use all the time. So we have our trim shines, tar removers, bug removers, air fresheners over there. This rack is dedicated just towards our full interior detailing. Had an extra space, so I keep my metal polish right there. All of these are the exterior chemicals. So we have our soap, wheel cleaner, bead maker, another wheel cleaner. Shift is a pH neutral soap that we use for ceramic coated cars. We have our iron buster, which is it's a decontamination chemical, as well as wheel cleaner. So in the tote, we have all our towels. So I kind of try to keep them folded as much as possible. So keep those in there. The bottom rack, we have all our interior chemicals. So we have our leather conditioner. This is our glass cleaner, Terminator, carpet bomber. It's the interior cleaner. We have one APC in case we ever need it, and then some reserve tire shine. And then as far as anything else, there's supposed to be a vacuum right here, and then I keep a step stool in here. So it's a step stool bench.
So Sergio, what size tank do you have in your van?
So I do carry 100 gallons in here. It's a slim tank, custom made for these types of vans. The cage itself custom made for the tank as well. So I carry 100 gallons just so I don't have to make that many pit stops throughout the day. The van does bottom out sometimes, but it's not as bad as what I expected. So I did think of going down to like a 75 or a 50 gallon, but as far as right now, I think I'm set with 100 gallon.
So Sergio, what are the top 3 pieces of equipment that every detailer needs in their van?
So first things first, water tank. Obviously, water tank and pressure washer, I would put that into one. It's a lot more professional when you're rolling up to someone's house with your own pressure washer and your own source of water. So I do pick up deionized water, so it's spot-free water. I don't have to really deal with like having to rush through a detail just so like it can get dry real quick. As far as anything after that, I would say the generator as well. Bring your own electricity. Yes, you can plug into someone's house, but at the same time, my biggest fear of plugging into someone's house is blowing a breaker. Some of this equipment that we have, especially the steamers, extractors, if you're not plugging it in the correct way, you could blow breakers, and then all of a sudden you don't know how old the house you're working on. You don't know. There's just lots of things that can go wrong. So protect yourself, and just bring your own stuff.
So Sergio, what's the most expensive equipment or product that you didn't expect was going to cost so much?
As far as equipment goes, I would say the pressure washer. I never thought that I was going to spend that much on a pressure washer. Even though I did it twice. I did it once with a gas generator gas pressure washer, and then again with an electric one. But the way that I see it is you have some sort of quality in there, so it'll last for quite a while. As far as chemical wise goes, it would be the wheel cleaners. So getting some safe wheel cleaners in there. Everyone knows like the iron removers, they're at least $70 a gallon. So when you're doing decontamination washes, that's why they need to be as expensive as they are, just because you are, depending on how much you're using. If it's a really contaminated car, you can go through about 2 2 passes around the car, and no telling how many of these bottles you use of it.
So Sergio, what's the biggest headache or inconvenience of your current setup?
I would honestly say the organization. So, like I said, I did build it myself, so I kept it to the absolute minimum. Whatever I need in here is in here. What I would like to do is get some better bottle holders, get the doors built so I can keep chemicals right here. Also, I don't carry that much, so I don't need to be carrying polishers. I don't need to be carrying like lights and all that stuff. But I would like a more professional setup where I could maybe have a table right here with some drawers. Maybe get this to where it pulls out instead of sitting inside the van and stuff. So there are some goals and some plans to get this thing looking nice, but as far as headaches, it would just be organization. The rest of the van it's a dream to have the van. It was something that I always wanted, and it came unexpectedly. I wasn't in the market for a van, and the only reason why I ended up getting one was because the truck that I was running out of, the transmission blew, and it was I don't know, it's just sent from heaven, I guess.
Yeah. So Sergio, can you tell us about your first detailing setup?
So if you turn around right here, this is the truck that I was working out of for the first year and a half. Out of the bed of the truck, I had a 100-gallon tank, which would be that one. And then I was running a Costco generator, same generator actually, but a Costco pressure washer as well. I had to not hot wire, but I had to put in a switch to put an electric pump so I could make the water travel far enough and get me the right PSI so I could have pressure going into the actual pressure washer.
So what made you upgrade from this setup to your current one?
That thing breaking down.
So Sergio, if you could go back in time, would you start with your current setup or with the one you started with?
I would keep it the way that it was. Working inside this truck, it kind of humbles you, because as any detailer would know, sometimes you can have your really, really good days, and at the end of the day, I was still going home in this thing, and it's not a bad truck. It was just, it taught me a lot of things. It taught me to work for my money. If it was too easy for me, then I didn't want it too easy.
So what's your next upgrade for your current setup?
People are gonna laugh at me, but bags. Bags.
Okay.
But just the back. I just want to bag the back. That way I can. I had another set of wheels on here, so as you can see, I'm running on. This one lost its hubcap, but I'm running on my factory ones. They are a little bit skinny, so that doesn't help with how I was saying that the van moves a lot. I was running on Ford Focus ST wheels. So I had them, the van actually looked a lot better than what it does right now, but the tires on the Focus wheels, the camber was out, so the whole inner side of the tire, I was running on wire. So it was really, really bad, and it has to do with the camber setup. So if I fix the back end and make the weight distribution right, then I should be able to go back to having the other wheels. So that's the next upgrade. For the outside. For the inside, it would be getting the rest of the organization and sending it off to one of the van builders and getting it looking nice.
So Sergio, for anyone that's barely starting out in their detailing journey, do you think they should start out with a brand new van, brand new equipment, or?
If you're okay with risking that money, then okay, because it's a very labor-intensive job, and you get tired very, very fast. So I went in the cheap way, but I always had the option, if I didn't want to do this anymore, I could bail out and it wouldn't really like hurt me financially. Getting something like this, it's a big financial responsibility, because you not only have the van payment, paying for the gas, paying for tires, upkeep of it, all your equipment in there. You also have to realize your biggest safety concern for protecting yourself would be getting insurance. Not only insurance for the van, but insurance for the equipment inside the van. So if anyone were to break in or steal this, I'm covered completely. So everything that's in here, I get my money back for.
Yeah. So does having a van make you look more professional to customers, or does your work speak for itself?
So that's a 50-50. Yes, of course, a van's gonna make you look 10 times better than the next guy. The only thing is, like, I was pulling up in this truck over here, so yes, your work does speak for itself, because I was still working on, you know, a couple Lamborghinis out of this truck. I honestly don't do supercars in this thing, so it's like it matters on who your client is. So I would just pretty much say, just if you have an old beater, just make it look as nice as possible. You don't have to get a van. Alright, so guys, that's my van. If you guys have any comments or suggestions of what I should do, or I'll even drop my Venmo down. No, I'm just kidding. But we're here based out in Rancho Cucamonga. Just if you like this detailing content, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, and then we'll go ahead and see you guys on the next one.